The NBA draft is under a month away, which means NBA Draftmas is back. Each day, the Game House will review a team's past season, their team needs, and targets.
Draftmas continues today with the 2018 Denver Nuggets NBA Draft Profile. The Denver Nuggets' season culminated in what was essentially a play-in game against the Minnesota Timberwolves, in which the winner would claim the 8th playoff spot. While it doesn't seem like much, more than half of the franchises cannot say that their 82nd game mattered. The Nuggets finished with a 46-36 record and one of the league's highest scoring offenses, averaging 110 points per game. Sadly, this team needed to hit that average to win, as they gave up just over 108 points per game, which was the 9th worst in the NBA. Going forward, the Nuggets have to make drastic defensive improvements. This group proved that they can score on any team at any time, but that's about it. The phrase, "you are who your best player is overused and a little cliche, but it's true, especially in the NBA. While the Nuggets' star center, Nikola Jokic, is not an incompetent defender, his lack of athleticism keeps him from making flash plays or closing out on shooters. However, his offensive game is so refined and versatile that he more than makes up for his defensive lapses. What this draft and offseason will come down to is how the Nuggets plan to address this issue. They already brought in Paul Millsap to aid Jokic in the post, but they will have to find guards and forwards who will keep the opposition from penetrating and keep Jokic out from bad matchups resulting from switching. Picks and needs. The Denver Nuggets have 3 picks in this year's NBA draft. In the first round, they have pick number 14, and in the second round, they have number 43 and number 58. It's hard for the Nuggets to find a player in this slot that will address a pressing need. For one, there's not a position that they can undoubtedly upgrade at the number 14 spot. Defense is a priority this offseason, but taking the best player available is never a bad default strategy. Targets and thoughts. Pick number 14. Robert Williams, power forward from Texas A&M. I would like to point out that thus far in the Game House series we've been writing, Mohamed Bamba has not yet been picked. Now, I won't be selecting him at this spot because that's not realistic, but if a player of Bamba's caliber falls this far, the Nuggets should jump at the chance to take him. Robert Williams is not the ideal forward in today's NBA, but is a good fit for the Nuggets. Physically, he's similar in size to Millsap, but far more athletic. He has a massive wingspan of 7'6" for his 6'9" height, and is a capable defender. Williams would pair nicely with Jokic, because there would always be a strong interior defender on the court. Williams is relatively unrefined from an offensive standpoint. Apart from not having great range, he is a below average free throw shooter. Thankfully, he won't have to shoulder a substantial offensive load, but he would be a good fit as the center in a small ball lineup. If Williams can consistently play hard and with high energy, he can contribute from day one. Pick number 43, Grayson Allen, shooting guard from Duke. This is probably the most popular second round pick in any of these profiles and mock drafts, so I will just add to the madness. Everyone has an opinion on Grayson Allen. When you look at him as a prospect, he can do a few things well. He has a developed offensive game, knows how to take coaching, and operate in a system with better players, and can be a willing defender. On the other hand, he lacks the height and weight of a traditional shooting guard. He also won't have the ability to beat above average defenders off the dribble. Pick number 58, Kenrich Williams from TCU. At 6'7", 210 pounds, Williams offers any NBA team a good option as a power forward in a small ball lineup. His potential is likely to be severely capped given that he would enter the NBA at 23 years old. His best skill is his rebounding ability for his size. Thanks for tuning into this edition of NBA Draftmas. You can like the Game House on Facebook and follow us on Twitter for more sports and esports coverage. From our house to yours, keep it here at the Game House for all your sports and esports needs. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.